Hello guys, today is the part 2 of Think and Grow Rich. Faith, the second step to riches. The subconscious mind will transmute into its physical equivalent by the most direct and practical media available. Any order will be carried out, order which is given to it in a state of belief or faith that faith is an emotion. Thoughts which are mixed with any of the feelings of emotions, related thoughts, constitute a magnetic force which attracts others similar or. When Hill writes about faith, the second step to riches, he is not dealing exclusively with religious belief. That is only one expression of it. He defines faith more broadly as the visualization of and belief in the attainment of desire. We experience this belief in an emotional register. It adds intensity to our thoughts. Hill identifies 3 key emotions that enhance the vibrational frequency of our thoughts. In other words, that increase their efficacy at gaining momentum and materializing into a definite plan for success. These are faith, love, and sex. The first 2 are psychical emotions, experienced purely in the mind, whereas the latter, sex, is entirely biological. When we focus on an idea, plan, or purpose in a state of mind comprised of faith, love, and sexual desire, we harness the cosmic force that Hale refers to as infinite intelligence, a concept that derives from Ralph Waldo Emerson's well-known essay, Self-Reliance. In it, Emerson writes, "In that deep force, the last fact behind which analysis cannot go, all things find their common origin. We first share the life by which things exist, and afterwards see them as appearances in nature, and forget that we have shared their cause. Here is the fountain of action and of thought. Here are the lungs of that inspiration which giveth man wisdom, and which cannot be denied without impiety and atheism. We lie in the lap of immense intelligence, which makes us receivers of its truth and organs of its activity. This immense intelligence could also be called nature, the universe, God, or transcendental consciousness. It is the cosmic energy that finds expression in humans and connects us with the greater source of goodness and wisdom in the universe. Applying the positive emotions to a thought causes it to become more firmly entrenched in our mind, while also energizing it to seek an outlet in physical form, in the realization of that idea, plan, or purpose. This process can be represented by the following diagram. Thought plus positive emotions, faith, love, and sex, to action plan, to physical manifestation of the thought. It is important to note that action is required, both in terms of the active cultivation of productive thoughts and positive emotions, as well as in terms of creating and following through on a direct plan of action. Infinite intelligence alone will not manifest your wishes. It will, however, join forces with your thoughts, magnetized by the positive emotions, and send more of what you're putting out into the universe back to you while also strengthening your resolve to carry out your purpose. It bears repeating that the universe doesn't discriminate between positive or negative impulses of thought. If your emotions are magnetizing destructive thoughts, it will aid in your unconscious efforts to attract misfortune. Most bad luck is the result of people having faith that bad things will happen to them. That's why it's crucial to feed your subconscious positive thoughts backed by the firm belief that you will receive what you're asking for. Your subconscious will begin to direct your movements toward that end, which will make it easier to achieve your desires, as the universe will also be harmonizing with your thoughts and bringing opportunities your way. However, our environments will inevitably contain negative influences, and so, along with working to create a favorable field of magnetic attraction through the positive emotions of love, faith, and sex, we must actively reject negative energy. All influences or vibrations should be filtered as they enter our consciousness so that our subconscious mind does not internalize destructive thoughts. How to cultivate faith. Faith is a state of mind which may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind through the principle of autosuggestion. As a positive emotion, faith can be cultivated. However, read your way to faith and success. The primary means of developing faith is through the same mechanism that translates one's desires into their physical equivalent, autosuggestion. Autosuggestion, also called self-suggestion, is the repetition of affirmations so that the subconscious incorporates the affirmed thought into its framing of reality and protects this reality by actively working to achieve or maintain this end. More on this principle can be found in Chapter 3. By repeatedly suggesting to yourself that you have faith, you will develop faith. Just as we tend to become like the influences in our environment, Hill uses the example of how spending long periods of time with criminals causes our subconscious to begin to rationalize the acceptability of criminality and begin engaging in illegal behavior ourselves. We can convince ourselves that we have faith by reiterating the idea that we have it. When we talk and act as though we already have the attribute or item we desire, we can change the way we think, which ensures our subconscious will partner with infinite intelligence to create the riches we desire. Hill's formula for self-confidence. All impulses of thought have a tendency to clothe themselves in their physical equivalent. One of the greatest weaknesses a person can have is a lack of self-confidence. When we have faith that we absolutely can and will attain what we most desire, we are unstoppable. Below is a formula for developing and enhancing one's self-confidence that is supported by the law of autosuggestion, otherwise known as the law of attraction, the principle of nature dictating that we become what we think about. Like attracts like. 1. Not only can I achieve my definite chief aim, but I will achieve it, so I promise to take consistent action to attain it. 2. Acknowledging that my dominant thoughts will become reality, I commit to focusing 30 minutes each day on a clear mental picture of who I most want to become and life looks like when I have achieved this desire. 3. Recognizing that whatever desire I focus upon will seek expression in physical form, I will spend 10 minutes a day insisting to my subconscious that I am self-confident. 4. Having written down my definite chief aim in life, I promise myself that I will never stop trying to achieve it. 5. I commit to basing all my efforts on a love of humanity and an intolerance for the lower emotions, such as hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism. I will decline any opportunity that does not benefit all parties involved, realizing that service to others is the surest way to build allies and attain success. This formula should be repeated out loud once a day with full faith that it will progressively influence your thoughts and actions until you acquire the riches you desire. Action item: fake it till you make it. Throughout the day, state your desire to your subconscious mind as though you are already in possession of it. Describe in detail what your life looks like once your desire has been attained. This visualization activity will enhance your self-confidence and your faith. Thank you for watching and listening. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you guys in the next video.